I've got a good one for you lot today. I'm going to be ranking Aaron's personal collection. There's 7 in his personal collection line. I have them all here. One being my least favourite, the last one being my favourite. If you want to find out, just stay tuned. What is good, YouTube? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. My name is Mikey Cologne, and if you're tuned in, as always, thank you very much for doing so. That is right, we've got 7 fragrances here. We have Aura, we have Fake, we have Aina, we have KUNT, we have Fake Noir, Addicted, and Odyssey. This is a ranked list, and remember, this is my own personal ranked list, so to speak. You lot might watch this and think, I wouldn't have put that one there, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below and let me know how you would rank these fragrances if you have tried them all. These are all Eau de Parfum concentration. They are 30ml bottles and they cost £30 each. These were sent to me a little while back. He hasn't asked me to do this review. I'm just doing it because I thought it'd be a little bit of fun. And to be honest with you, I do enjoy most of these fragrances, apart from the first one, which is coming in last. I just can't gel with it. I never have been able to gel with it. So I'm going to start the list off with, let me find it. It is Fake. It's a pleasant fragrance, but I just cannot, it doesn't work with me. Like when I smell it, I think, yeah, it's nice, and that is as far as it goes. Right, you got lemon, bergamot, mint, sea notes, lavender, cardamom, white floral accord, jasmine accord, nutmeg, cedarwood, patchouli, and a fake oud accord. Right, to me, this opens up citrusy, fresh, spicy. The mint jumps out up top, giving it that nice bit of freshness. Plus, the lavender in this is very smooth. The lavender's not full on in your face when it opens up. After a minute or so, that's when the lavender starts creeping through, and like I say, it's a smooth lavender. Now it dries down a little bit, the jasmine throws some sweetness in, plus it helps the white floral accord round and smooth the edges. It dries down a bit more, starts turning woodsy, that cedar wood comes through. The patchouli here is a little bit woodsy. Plus, in the late dry down, it does give me a little bit of an earthy undertone. And the sea notes in this is what's helping this fragrance. I think that mixed in with the mint and the lavender, a little bit aromatic, and it helps it stay fresh. Plus, it does give off a little bit of a blue vibe. But this is an easy fragrance to wear. It's masculine. You could make this your day-to-day scent, like your signature scent if you wanted to. It's coming in last place because I just can't gel with it. I think it's pleasant. I don't hate it, or I don't even dislike it. But out of all the other fragrances, I like this the least. So, coming in at number 7 is Fake. Coming in at 6th place, it is Fake Noir. This is a very nice fragrance, and this thing pushes. Like, you only need a few sprays of this. Like, this is strong. Right, you've got rose accord, vanilla, amber, heliotropin, oud accord, patchouli, sandalwood, benzoin, frankincense, cinnamon, and clove. What do I get? Straight away, it starts with an earthy, soily rose. Like, you've got the stem, you've got the spikes, and you've got the petals, but there's nothing really jammy about it. There is some sweetness there, plus the rose does bring in some freshness. You can pick up on the heliotropin, pushing a little bit of sweetness up top. But after a couple of minutes, the vanilla and the amber start coming through, and you do get a little bit of spice up top. That clove does push through. As it starts to settle, everything starts to warm up. The vanilla becomes a little bit more present. The sandalwood creeps in. Once it gets into the mid, the frankincense and the benzoin start taking over a little bit. And that is my best part, or my favourite part, is mid to dry down. When the benzoin comes in and the frankincense, things turn a little bit woodsy. It starts turning creamy, warms up. It is a masculine rose fragrance, in my own personal opinion. It's got a grown-up vibe to it. Like, I can't see a teenager wearing this fragrance. They can do, but in my own personal opinion, it's for more of a mature person. Maybe someone in their late 20s and up would appreciate this fragrance. It has some great notes in it. It's a very nice fragrance, but I like the other ones better. So coming in at 6th place, it is Fake Noir. Now, coming in 5th place is another rose fragrance, but this to me leans a little bit more on the feminine side, where Fake Noir to me is a little bit more of a masculine rose. This is a little bit more of a feminine rose. It's a little bit more delicate, has a bit of sweetness to it. It is Aina. Right, from the get-go you will notice, yes, rose is a floral, but it has other florals in this, and you can tell that straight away. Excuse me. Right, you've got bergamot exclusively blended for the house of Aaron Terence Hughes. You've got rose accord, it is good, raspberry, lilies, peony, amber, sandalwood, rose again in the base, and white musk. This opens up with a fruity, sweet rose tone. That is how it opens up. The raspberry here does give off a little bit of tartness, but after a few minutes, the tartness sort of dissipates. That fruity touch still stays there from the raspberry. Like I say, there is some sweetness to it. And I wouldn't say this is a jammy rose. It's a raspberry rose. It's got a nice touch of fruity sweetness to it. Now, as the fragrance starts to settle, this is when the lilies and the peonies really come out, but they never jump out too much. Like, at first, they're kind of in the back. After a few minutes, they start working their way round the sides, and that is when you can tell that this leans a little bit more on the feminine side. Or for me, that's what takes it from unisex to feminine, but ever so slightly, because I've had no problems wearing this, and I prefer this to Fake Noir. I just love that sweet fruity rose that this fragrance has. Dries down, the sandalwood comes in with the amber. Now the fragrance starts to warm up here. You get a nice little bit of sweetness. And the musk, right. To me, the musk is there nearly from the get-go. But as it settles, it goes muskier. But it's never musk heavy. And this does have an airy nature to it. But it has some body to it as well, because it's not a weak fragrance. It has a little bit of density to it, but it's airy, so it does leave a nice scent trail. This is a very nice fragrance. Ladies, if you're watching this, Fake Noir for the fellas, and this one is for you. But fellas, you can rock this too, because I've been, and like I say, I prefer this to Fake Noir. This is a very nice fragrance, and for 30 quid, that is a no-brainer. 6 hours longevity as well, so it's moderate, it's good. That is. Up next, we have a freshie. This thing pops. It is Odyssey. This is a very nice fragrance. Very versatile as well. This will go great in hot weather, no doubt about it. But to me, this is an all year round fragrance. If you want to pick me up in the cooler days, you want something that's fresh, lively, a little bit pulpy, try this fragrance. You got bergamot, I'm going to spray it again. You got bergamot, blood mandarin, pink grapefruit, amber, seawater, ginger, white musk, cedarwood, vetiver and patchouli. Straight out the gate, citrusy. the blood mandarin and the bergamot, they jump out, along with a pulpy pink grapefruit that brings in this juicy side to the fragrance, because this is juicy when it first opens up. As the fragrance starts to settle a little bit, again, the musk starts creeping in. I get the cedarwood, and now things turn aquatic from the sea water note. And that stays all the way through the fragrance. Basically, you get it from when it first opens up. You get the citruses, you get the blood orange, you get the bergamot, you get the juicy pulpy grapefruit, you get the seawater accord, aquatic. Things start turning musky, woodsy. As it dries down, I start getting some green nuances coming through. The vetiver and the patchouli in the base give this an earthy quality, but it's not like the earthy quality in this is not too much in your face. It's present, but it's kind of lurking in the back. Like I say, some green touches. This is a very nice fragrance, very nice fragrance. Like I say, if you're looking for something with a blue style vibe, Odyssey will do it for you. And again, £30 for 30ml. All of these fragrances, remember I have to rank these, but all of these fragrances, they're blended very, very well. They're all smooth and of good quality. That had to come somewhere, and it is 4th place, and that is Odyssey. Up next, coming in at number 3, and if you've tried this, you might be screaming at me, but I like the other 2 better. But this is a very nice fragrance. This is heavy on the leather. It is K-U-N-T. I'm not going to say the name. You can gather what it spells. Right, this thing is strong, especially when this thing first opens up. It is a bit of a powerhouse. And like I say, it is heavy on the leather. Right, you've got raspberry, saffron, jasmine, leather, cedarwood, patchouli, smoke, cocaine, pheromones, synthetic tonka musk, ambergris accord, and fake oud. Straight away, boom, you get the leather. You get a little bit of a fruity twist and a little bit of sweetness from the raspberry. Now, the saffron is helping out on the leathery side of things. So that mixing in with the leather, you get a little bit of a dirty touch. Plus, the smoke has come in. After a minute or so, I get the smoke. So now it's smoky, leathery, dark, a little bit dirty. The jasmine's thrown a little bit of sweetness in there, plus helping out on the dirty side of things. Starts to settle a little bit more. Now you get the cocaine nuance. I mean, it reminds me of the old school Pearl Flake. I think I'm going into too much depth. But anyway, you definitely pick up a little bit of a cocaine nuance in with the fragrance. I think it's the leather mixing in with the smoke and the woods and the fake oud and plus the cocaine accord. It all helps out to give off that quality. As it starts to settle, the smoke and the raspberry thin out. The raspberry sort of calms down when it gets to about the midpoint. The smoke amps up a little bit, but when it starts heading into the base, everything levels out. The leather is the most prominent or present note. And the oud here, right, the fake oud accord, you do pick up on an oudy facet in this fragrance. It's not off-putting or challenging or anything like that. You can just pick up a little bit of an oudy quality, but it's not full on. The leather is full on, but the oud is just, it's always sort of trickling in the background. This is a great scent. This is a bad boy dirty fragrance. If you want something that's gonna cut through the cold, try this. Would I wear this on a date? I would probably wear this on a 2nd or a 3rd date. First date, I think it might be a little bit too challenging. I think you have to get to know someone a little bit to start wearing this on a date night, because it does give off a little bit of a dirty edge and a little bit of a bad boy vibe. Definitely masculine in my opinion. But anyway, in 3rd place, it is K-U-N-T. Coming in at number 2, this is probably one of the most easiest fragrances to wear out of this whole collection. Apart from Carbon, that's an easy fragrance to wear. I actually love that fragrance. That is such a chilled, relaxed vibe to it, or it has got such a chilled, relaxed vibe to it. But coming in at number 2, it is Aura. You lot might be thinking, how can that beat KUNT and how can it beat Athena? This is a great fragrance. I mean, if you work in an office environment, this does push a little bit. But after a couple of hours, it is giving you just a nice little scent bubble. This thing smells great. Oh, it really does. Right, you've got Bergamot blended exclusively for the House of Aaron Terence Hughes, Lily of the Valley, Amber, Ambret Seed, Sandalwood, White Musk and Ambergris. Everything about this fragrance screams fresh, clean, relaxed. It's not too in your face. The bergamot gives up some nice freshness up top, plus gives off a citrusy quality. This fragrance has a little bit of a musky vibe to it from the get-go. The Ambret Seed helps the white musk out, plus pushes sweetness in, so does the amber. This starts out fresh, and then the more it settles, it just warms up a little bit, gets muskier, gets a little bit woodsy. The sandalwood turns the fragrance a little bit creamy in the base. Relaxed, chilled, fresh out the shower, Sunday lounging, running chores, office, gym safe. It's a day-to-day fragrance in my own personal opinion. Oh, and it smells good. It really does. This is so smooth. The blend is of very good quality. And I had to put this in second place because I do love this fragrance. And that is Aura. Unisex as well. Yeah, it's good. We are at the number 1 spot. And you lot already know what it is. That's right, it is Addicted. This thing is addictive. You spray this on, you're going to want to keep smelling the back of your hand, wherever you sprayed it. And for me, this is a unisex fragrance. So if you're a couple, you both can rock this. Oh, the way this opens up. This is a gourmand fragrance. Boozy. You've got cognac, honey, cinnamon, apple, chocolate, vanilla, tonka bean and sandalwood. Them notes scream warm, sexy, seductive, sweet, date night. You get the cognac, you get the honey, you get the apple. It comes across like a warm, sweet, cinnamony apple pie with a boozy touch. Then in creep in the chocolate and vanilla. So you get the tonka bean, which gives this an almondy, nutty quality. Again, sweet. The sandalwood is just keeping the fragrance, or turning and keeping the fragrance creamy with a slight little bit of a woodsy undertone there, but nothing too woodsy. This fragrance is gourmand, it's sweet, it's sexy, it is seductive. This is full-on date night edible fragrance. Obviously don't eat it, but the way it comes across is fantastic. It really is. If you like the fragrances Angel Shares by Killian, it's in that same vein. To me, it does have similarities, but then it also does its own thing as well. This is great. And for 30 quid, for a 30 ml, this is a no-brainer. Plus, you can carry these with you. If you have to reapply, if you're out all day and all night, put this in your pocket, put this in your man bag, get your missus to put it in her purse. It is addictive. This is a great fragrance. Yeah, right, anyway, people, that is my 7 ranked fragrances from Aaron's personal collection. Like I say, I think they're all great apart from Fake. I can't get on with it. I don't dislike it. I like it, but just no way near as much as the other ones. And Addicted definitely deserves first place. He even said, I think, that this was going to be one of his most popular ones. If you like boozy, warm, sweet, apple pie fragrances, just give this a go, because you will not be disappointed. Right, people, let me know which ones you have tried. Let me know if you own all of them, if you own some of them, where would you have ranked them? I would love to hear your thoughts. I appreciate everybody's support. And remember, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. And I'll definitely see you lot on the next one. Cheers.